Hi folks, and welcome to How to Do Things in Minecraft. Today we're going to be looking at dyes, and if you want a specific colour that you're interested in finding the dye for, you'll find out where it is on the video in the description. And thank you for choosing this how-to video. It's going to be a really simple, easy to follow guide. So enjoy! To make white dye, you need bone meal, and you make bone meal from bones. Killing skeletons, good way of getting bones. Sometimes you find them in chests. So you put one bone into your crafting bench, doesn't matter where, and for one bone you get 3 bone meal. You can't put the bones next to each other to get more, but you can stack them on top and press your shift key and get more that way. And that is how you make white dye. To make the yellow dye, which is called dandelion yellow, you need to find the dandelion flowers. Now they are scattered all around Minecraft. You just simply left click your mouse to pick them up. I'm in creative, so I'm not picking them up. And you need a crafting bench. Now, it doesn't matter where in the crafting bench you put your dandelion, but you just drop it in, and one dandelion will give you 1 dandelion yellow dye. Now, you can't put 2 in and get 2 dyes like that, but what you can do is put a whole bunch in one place and then just keep getting them out like that. You wanted a lot at a time, and there you have it, dandelion yellow dye. To make red dye, you need to find the red little flowers, which are called poppies, and you need to collect them. I can't do that because I'm in creative. And then you need to put in the crafting bench the poppy that you've collected, and 1 poppy will give you 1 red rose. It doesn't matter where you put the poppy in the crafting bench, it'll always give you a dye. Now if you wanted to do more than 1, you can't put them across like that, but you can gather them together and then collect them out that way. And the red is called rose red. That's how you make it. To make pink dye, you can do this a number of ways. You can collect the flowers, the pink tulip, which is this one, or the peony, I think that's how you pronounce it, this one. Now if you collect peonies, they'll give you 2 dyes if you put it into the crafting bench. Doesn't matter where you put them in, but for every one you put in you get 2 dyes. For the tulip, same thing, you put it anywhere in the crafting bench, but it'll only give you 1 dye per tulip. The other way of doing it is using the red dye and the bone meal, so you can put them anywhere in the crafting bench you like, as long as it's 1 of each. And because you're using 2 dyes, it'll give you 2 pink dyes back, and that is how you make the pink dye. To make orange, you can either collect the orange tulips. They're a bit difficult to find. Flower meadows are the best place. Can't collect because I'm in creative. And you just put them into the crafting bench. If you want to do 1, you can just put 1 in, or you could put multiples in and you'll get more dye. You'll get 1 dye for every 1 flower, and you can put them in wherever you like in the crafting bench, doesn't matter where. Shift key and then you'll get the dye. Now if you can't find the flowers, you can use the dandelion yellow and the rose red in any of the boxes, as long as there's 1 of each. And because you're using 2 dyes, you will get 2 orange dye back. And that is how you make orange. To make the green dye, you need to find cactus. Desert's the best place for that. You just knock them down. I'm in creative, so I'm not collecting them. But what you can do is grow them when you have found them. And all you do is put them on sand. They won't grow right next to each other, but you can leave a space and they'll grow like that. So once you've collected the amount of cactus that you need to put them in a furnace to cook them. So you'll obviously need some fuel, charcoal or coal, and then your 8 is one piece of coal or charcoal, and then your 8 cactus will produce this cactus green, which is what they call their dye. So for 1 cactus you get 1 cactus green dye, so we will get 7 out of that. And that's how you make green. You can't mix blue and yellow together to get green like you can with the orange. When you mix the red and the yellow together, you have to get the green from the cactus. To make the colour lime dye, you will need a bone meal, which is the white dye, and cactus green, and you put 1 of each into crafting bench. It doesn't matter which combination, which way round you do it, as long as you've got 1 of each colour. And because you're using 2, you get 2 lime dye back. If you want to do more in one go, you can do it that way. And that is how you make lime green. Blue dye is lapis, and this is a block of lapis. You won't find it at this level. To find the levels, you just F3, and the middle one on your X, Y and Z is the level. I'm at level 63. 31 or lower is where you'll find lapis. They say the best levels are between 13 and 16. You mine the lapis and you get lapis laris, and this is the blue dye. And there you have it, blue dye. To make light blue dye, you can either use a combination of lapis and bone meal, or you can collect the blue orchid. They're quite plentiful around Minecraft. You just put 1 into your crafting bench, doesn't matter where, and for every one you use you will get 1 dye. So if for instance you want to put 4 in, you will get 4 back. And with the lapis and the bone meal, you can put it in any combination, but you do need 1 of each colour, and because you're using 2, you will get 2 back. And that is how you make light blue dye. To make cyan, you will need lapis, which is the blue dye, and cactus green, and you just put them into the crafting bench, any combination you like, and because you're using 2 pieces, it will give you 2 cyan dye back, and that is how you make cyan. To make brown dye, you need to find cocoa beans. They're only found in a rainforest. You can see them over there hanging on a tree. You need to go and collect them. You can grow them, but they have to be grown on the jungle tree. Tap them, you get your cocoa bean. You don't need to put them in a crafting bench. You don't need to cook them or anything. You just use them as they are if you're using them for a dye. To make purple dye, you'll need red, rose red, and blue, which is lapis, and a crafting bench. Then you put one lapis and one red dye into the crafting bench. Doesn't matter which way round you do it. And because you're using two, you will get two purple dye back. If you want to do more at one time, you can do by just simply putting more of each colour. And that is how you make purple dye. To make magenta dye, you can do it a few ways. You can collect the lilac flowers, which is this tall one, or you can collect these little purple ones, which are allium, and they will both give you magenta dye, but the lilac one will give you two. Put it anywhere in the crafting bench and you will get two, and with the allium you get one. Same thing, you can put them in any square. If you can't find the flowers, you can make it using a purple dye and a pink dye, and that will give you magenta. It will give you two because you are using two. Any combination works. So that's how you do magenta. To make black dye, you have to find the ink sacs, which are from the squids. Now, you don't have to kill them because squids aren't the cleverest of creatures and they quite often suffocate and you find them lying around, or you can get them in chests. But you don't need to do anything with them. You don't have to put them in a crafting bench, you don't have to cook them, you just use them as they are. And that is how you make black dye. To make grey, you will need the white dye, which is the bone meal, and black dye, which is the ink sac, and a crafting bench. And then you put your bone meal and your ink sac into the crafting bench in any combination you want, anywhere in the little squares, and then you will get grey. You get two grey because you're using two. And that is how you make grey. To make light grey, you will need white, which is bone meal, and grey dye, and a crafting bench, and you put your grey and your bone meal, which is the white, together, any combination, one of each, and you will get two light grey because you're doing two. And that is how you make light grey.